Hello and welcome, I think. I forgot to set the stream up properly, so hopefully it's all coming through. Certainly we're not streaming Little Rocket Lab today, which is what it said on YouTube. But yeah, so hopefully we're live and it's working and the audio's working because I am testing out the Shure SM7B microphone. I had a few weird... It's not set up properly. I've just literally stuck it on the same mount as that I used the other one on, just so that I can see if I can get it to work properly. I was testing out the audio. In fact, I accidentally went live yesterday because I pressed the wrong button. I pressed stream rather than record. What I need to be able to do, because what has been happening is it's been cutting out. It's also peaking, I think, mainly because I have terrible microphone discipline, so there is sort of noise gates on it and all sorts of stuff. Why is that not coming across there? No, if I put that like that, and then maybe like that. Sorry, you can't see any of these windows. I did want to kind of show you something as like a sneaky peek behind the scenes, because my latest video in the Law Speculation series went live on Friday, and I want to give you kind of a sneak peek of how head messing up YouTube can be, and why you see these videos from creators going on about things. I think I can show you that there's weird T's and C's on YouTube about showing stuff or not, but I mean, I don't make any money out of YouTube, so it's not gonna not gonna hurt my income or anything. So if I flip over to, can I show you that? In fact, let's zoom that in. So if I flip over to just that. So is that coming through? There we go. There we go. So there you go, I learned something there. I hadn't set it up properly. So this is my you have everyone has this creator dashboard, but if you don't upload videos, you're obviously not going to be using it particularly. If I move that to there, is that going to help me out? To move that down a bit? Yeah, that's better. So yes, this is the creator dashboard, and I set the video live, right, on Friday at 11 o'clock. I completely messed up because there was an associated post. You can also see the upcoming video, 7 things I want in Krastorio version 2.1. A bit of a preview. As you can see, it's got one view because one member's gone and looked at it. I've only got 3, and I'm also running an A/B test. So you're getting all this behind the scenes stuff. So see various versions of the thumbnail with me on them and not. That's why. Because I suspect me being there is actually detrimental to the views, but we shall see. Yeah, so what I wanted to show you really was the analytics. So this video has literally gone live for just over a day. So 11 a.m. GMT, I set it live, right? And this is say why you get this, and I've then done nothing with it basically. There was the post, which normally I try and time the other way round so that it goes up after the video, and so it's like a double whammy in case algorithm is doing something around that. As you can see, in total it's now got 981 views. So it's only been gone live for a day and a little bit, in fact a day and a half I guess. But notice the spike here, look at this, which is great. I love it, marvellous. But for the entire first day it got 407, and then in the space of half a day it's got another 500 more. And so this is the sort of thing that, why has it done this? It's like it's clearly the algorithm serving it different audiences, and it's obviously managed to find the audience, as it were, after that point. But you often put these videos live and they'll either just sit there and nothing happens, or suddenly they'll take off, or and it's all very, I can often see why you see these videos with creators going, my channel's dying and all this sort of stuff, and then, it's all fine sort of thing. And it's because of that. It's like the algorithm. is just incomprehensible. Because it didn't do that on my last video. My last video just basically flatlined, and it's like, well, why? It messes with your head, really. I say I don't really care in a sense. I don't like them dying, but I think what is the engineer video is like one of my most popular, and that's only got 10,000 views across the entire 6 months it's been live type of thing. So I say I'm a very small channel. But yeah, I just thought you might be amused to see that. I need to check that I've switched that over properly and that the mic is still working. Yes, it is. Cool. So what unfortunately has been happening is that the microphone... Well, I'm getting peaking where I'm suddenly talking loud, which you'll have to let me know if that's terrible. But also, the mic... it's not... Because it's not set up properly, I think some of the connections are a bit dodgy, and so they'll sort of shift, as it were, as I bang the desk and stuff like that. So if you do see it and it goes completely silent, or I go completely silent, do let me know. So, we are in the process of making matter research data. We have... No, we don't. Why don't we have any Imersite crystals at all? Oh, I guess because they're there. What I did spot, because I was messing about, I've not aligned these properly, look. So this sulfuric acid is not properly connected to that. So that would have messed us up. I guess I moved it at some point. What we do also have is the old, whatever it's called, I can't remember what it calls it, mineral water, isn't it? Which is needed for that one. It doesn't have any ammonia, because that one, it doesn't need to run at rate, that one. I assume, is it filling up? Let's have a look. Yeah, we've got nearly full pipes there, so we're right on the nitric acid, hopefully. But what we need to do is make the lithium, and that then will be the final thing. I think actually might be better if this was like on the other side. Might make it slightly easier to do it like that. So it's on the inside, and then we can maybe bring the lithium down that way. Okay, so how do we make lithium? When I was doing this... Oh, I've deleted it, haven't I? When I was doing the maths, I didn't factor in lithium at all. So that's a completely new thing. But we know we need mineral water for it. I cannot remember. Let's get this powered up and we'll see what some of the numbers... I think it's in this. We have an alternate recipe. No, it's not being made there, is it? There's no lithium there. We do have an alternate recipe, which is the Aquilo one, so I need to be a bit careful again. I don't get all mixed up. Made in an electrolysis plant or an electromagnetic plant. Now, they're all still on Fulgora. So I assume we can use an electrolysis plant. We haven't got any electrolysis plants. Marvellous. Let's get some of those ordered in then. Where are you? You're there. Okay, so get some of them. Are we in bot range? We're in bot range. We'll just wait for that to happen. There's lithium. So it needs regular water and outputs chlorine. Interesting. Chlorine is one of the things... Oh no, we're not using it. Because I think we're doing the other things in other places, aren't we? Okay. I've just moved out of the range if I know. I'm okay. So that would make... Whoops. That would make 0.2 lithiums per second. And these require 0.21 each. So, what happens if we start putting in speed modules? That takes it up to 0.27. It's not a great increase, is it? But that's 0.27. So we're probably just better off maybe doing a speed and a prod 0.23, and then having 3 of them. I think that's probably the way to go. Okay. We would also, I mean, we're going to get 0.47 chlorines, but that's fine. We don't really care about chlorines. I don't think. No, none of those use chlorine, do they? Let's pop one of those on the end. Okay, so what we actually... Well, we need water, which we have... Are we bringing water in already? No, it's the heavy water stuff, isn't it? Not heavy water. Mineral water. But yeah, we've got water right there, so that's no problem. And then we need 0.22 of whatever that is. Whatever that is. Lithium chloride. And that's the mineral water plus hydrogen chloride. So it looks like we're going to get the chlorine back again. Okay. Okay. I mean, we can obviously vent it if it's unbalanced, but that's interesting. What are you made in? You are made in a chemical plant. Okay. So, let's have a look at what the numbers are for that. Where's my chemical plants? There's my chemical plants. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, there it is. So, it needs... Well, it produced 1 a second. I need 0.22... So we need, like, I mean, they're slightly overproducing, aren't they? 0.2... And these don't need to run at rate anyway. So, 0.22... We could do it as 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, I think. So in theory we would need 6 of these. Let's see if we can maybe help ourselves out. Actually, if we put another speed in, because I don't really care necessarily about being particularly conservative on the resources. So 1.6, so 0.2, 0.6. If it's 1.6, because we need 6, don't we? So if we did put that back in, does that go... See, it goes below 1.5, you see. That's annoying. So if we did 1.6, I wonder if we just had 2 in without anything else. No, 1.49. Okay. 3 no. So, if we put 3 of those in, then we get 3.2, 4.8, so it's overkill. But that's fine. The water we're just bringing in, the chlorine we need to make though, don't we? Let's just pop another one of these in. Pretty sure that's chemical labs, is it? Yep. Now, I mean, we're not going to run it at rate, but out of here, we're going to get 0.5, so we're going to get 1.5 chlorines for free. If this requires, so between them they need like 9. And this makes 10. But we're only getting 1.5 back-ish. So we're going to need to make chlorine, basically. We can't do a closed loop, blah, 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 but we will have excess that we'll need to get rid of. Okay, now, in order to make... we don't use... how do we make that then? So hydrogen is just... I think we're already separating hydrogen. But chlorine is from... Oh, it's the electrolysis. Crikey. Not sure what that was. A subscriber. Thank you very much for the mushrooms. I don't know whether you subscribe. You're probably looking at the video. I get this sometimes where people are subscribing on the video and it tells me on the live stream because it's just hooked up to the same thing. But if you are watching this, then thank you very much. That's very kind. Yes, so we need... So are we making hydrogen in this? Can I just add on? I am, okay. So I could just add some extra hydrogens on. If we do that as just 10, and then, you know, it will be slow. You know, it won't run at rate sort of thing. In fact, maybe we could chuck some prod mod in. 9.7, yeah, that's fine. So we can throw them in, and it takes it down. It's not even, you know, it slows it down. So that's still more than fast enough. It reduces the amount of chlorine we've got to make, and hydrogen. So we would need 8.5 hydrogen, but we don't really. We need sort of 8. maybe, possibly, ish. And what are we making here? We're making 2.25. Seems to be holding fairly steady, that one, doesn't it? Guess that's because that's... No, it's not full. Yeah, but it's the nitrogen I think it's struggling with, is it? No, it's just not making enough to worry. Okay, that's fine. But we get 2.25 out of each one. And if we need, like, 8, then we could first off see what do some speed modules do. Take it up to 3. So if we needed 2.25, we're getting an extra 0.8, call it. So it's 1.6, so that'd be sort of 2.4 for free just by sticking in modules. So we would need another 6, which I think is another 2 machines. He says not being at all sure on that very dodgy maths that he's done. But yeah, we can just steal that out. What we're going to need to deliver is like stone again, aren't we? Because... So we want really, for this, to maybe be... In fact, would it be good for that one? Don't make a difference, does it? So if we go... Where's me drop off? Item drop off, there we go. Pop that on there. And we go stone. Just the one load, I think. Because weirdly you make chlorine in this by electrolyzing it with water, with sand and stuff. It's all a bit strange. Okay, so how about if I flip them round, maybe make them parallel. We're gonna get spare chlorines, aren't we? So we'll need to hook that in somewhere. But otherwise, put some power poles on. There maybe. In case we need to expand it. So that should be the lithium coming out, as well as the chlorine. We need to put water in, so we need good old-fashioned water pumps for pumping your water. Let's just check the microphone's coming through. Yeah, microphone's still coming through. I'm going to be doing that all stream, I'm afraid. And then people aren't really watching this series anymore. It seems to have got the old attrition effect of people don't really care after so many streams. What was I looking for? I was looking for water pumps. Which I can't see. Off. Oh, there you go. We've discussed that one before. It's like, for some reason, it's impossible to see offshore pumps. Where does that go? Up to there, is it? Okay, maybe if we take that out. Do it sort of, oops, there. Across that way. We need to power this, don't we? I keep forgetting that. Pump that there, maybe. One there. Nice. And then maybe across to there. No? Okay, you're going to go at that distance, are you? I see. Pipe in. It's all connected. Yeah, that should be all fine. Cool. Okay, so let's take that out. And then the water. I need something solid for this, don't I? Yeah, the powdery stuff. So if we do say... Oh, I might as well mirror the other thing, I guess. Mirror this onto there. And then that unfortunate positioning with the old things there, but there you go. Put that there. We had our work Christmas party this week, which I was discussing last week as well, so I thought I might continue the story, as it were. It was interesting. I think that's the fairest way of putting it. In fact, I'm going to need this. I'm not really going to need that briny stuff for anything, right? And since we got 3 of them and 3 of them, we might as well just direct insert it. Yeah, it was interesting because there was, shall we say, a lack of attendance. Is that like probably the kindest way of putting it? Actually, I got there, and if I flip that one round, make the pipes a little bit easier. In fact, why don't I put them next to each other? I got there, and oh, thank you very much for the member joining. D2B3, welcome, welcome. You'll find a few perks over on the channel now. Not a lot, I'm afraid. I've not kind of produced a lot of stuff, but you get like behind the scenes, not behind the scenes, outtake videos, and what else is there? I guess there's my retrospective. That's meant to be the big member exclusive, but I've made one of them. It's in 4 parts, but I've made one of them because they take a lot of time. And then your early access to the next video as well. The January one's already up. February's on course to being done as well. But yes, welcome. Thank you very much for the membership. We get some chat stuff as well. You get all sorts of terrible emotes. Right, so that's assuming you've done it. Well, you're also watching the live stream. You might have just subscribed on the thing, as I say. Right. Let's see if we can get this connected up, and then I'm not as confused with all the fluids. Where is that? That's over there. Okay. But yes, we had the Christmas do, and I arrived, and there was literally the only way of getting to this place is via car, and I really do mean that. You know, you could get a taxi, which is obviously a car, you know, driven by someone else, as it were. But yeah, you cannot get there by public transport unless you're willing to walk for 2 miles, I think. Which, if you're going to a party, is a fair distance to be walking. But also, there's no actual sidewalks. You know, there's no, you know, pedestrian path for you to walk on. You'd be tramping through the mud, you know, to get to a, you know, party. So you got your glad rags on, you got your you know, your nice trousers and your shirt and skirt and what have you. And I say you just can't walk to this place. It literally doesn't have a sidewalk outside of it, sort of thing. I say bus is like the stop is 2 miles away, at least. It might be more than that. No train anywhere near it. You know, no. Yeah, just no links other than via car. And I get there, and the car park is literally full. And I don't mean, oh, there's very few spaces. I mean, literally, there was nowhere to park. I had to park up on this, like, blocking people. You know, I was blocking people in order to go to reception because they had an overflow car park, but it was closed. I was like, your car park's full. Could you open the overflow car park? So yeah, so this place where we've been dragged to was literally in the middle of nowhere, almost inaccessible by car. And then when you turn up, there's no parking. So it's like this is really starting well. This is already going brilliantly. Let's put that there, and then I can connect that like that. And we can do a bit of a pipe there. So that will get us our chlorine. No, what is it? Hydrochloric acid? Hydrogen chloride. Okay. Same difference. But yes, then I go in and all of the... So they'd set out like a table and it had... I guess they'd gone like a third, and it had... Because they said we got one complimentary drink, and you had one non-alcoholic option, which was a kind of elderflower cordial thing. That was completely gone. Everyone had already snaffled all of that. This needs to collect to the hydrogen. Because everyone was driving, so there was no one really drinking. Which I think was meant to be the intention. I think it was meant to be a bit of a booze up, as it were. But because of where they'd done it, and I said this last week, there all sorts of terrible communication around hotel, whether you could book a hotel room or not. And this place cost £200 a night. So it was like, if you couldn't claim it back, no one was going to stay there. So yeah, so basically, got there, couldn't park at a place that is exclusively parking, only. And the non-alcoholic free, the one free drink we were allowed had already gone. So I had a beer because it was like 4 hours before I was going to go home, so I just had the beer option. But when I left, half of the table was still had all the drinks on it, all these free drinks, because literally, I mean, the actual, because it was basically a buffet, so I'd driven an hour and a half because of the traffic to basically have a buffet, and it was fine, but nothing spectacular. Is this official Krastorio in Space Age? No, ish. So, welcome to the stream, Shakari. Shakahi, rather. It's the branch that someone has done of... Because Krastorio 2 is obviously being maintained by Rhaegar. Rhaegar didn't develop it originally, but has sort of taken on the job of maintaining it. Rhaegar updated it for Space Age. Yes. No. Rhaegar updated it for version 2, so that's like the official Krastorio 2. Spaced Out is a branch of Krastorio 2 that somebody else has done in order to integrate it with Space Age. As I've already kind of found going to Folgora, and it's not particularly balanced. They are working on it still. It's sort of, this is like almost early access in a sense, but no, it's not. Rhaegar, who maintains Krastorio 2, is not, was not interested in doing a modified version of Space Age for it, as it were. So it's official in the sense that it's the one you can download, but it's not, it's not supported by Rhaegar, who is, the person who maintains it, and is also obviously one of the actual Factorio devs. So yeah, it's grey area, shall we say? I mean, I've not done it. It's not. It's nothing I've done, but it is there. I say and it has messed me up a little bit. So one of the things they did was introduce tree seeds, for example. So you have to now, when you're doing the wood thing, you have to make seeds out of the wood, whereas before you basically just pump water into the thing. And I think that might have gone into base Krastorio 2, but the thing is work in progress is the point. And so it's not balanced. The whole matter conversion thing, I'm pretty sure is going to completely break the planets. But we shall see. We're not really there yet. Had I finished moaning about the Christmas party? Yeah, but basically, so it was in a big, big room, big hall. And they'd obviously booked it based on everyone in the department going there, which is about 140 people. And half the tables had no one on them, because they were tables of 10 people. And then on the ones that were occupied, they mostly had 1 or 2 chairs left over. So way less than half of the department had gone to this event, which wasn't surprising to say. The messaging was terrible. the planning was terrible. And yeah, so it's a complete sort of disaster. But I mean, I actually had a fairly good time, but it was more because Glebber held 2.0. Indeed, yeah. I'm leaving Glebber till last because I'm either going to make it so easy that I'm not going to mind, or it's going to be an absolute disaster. This doesn't appear to do the chlorinification, does it? And I've completely forgotten. It must be the whatchamacallit, the electrolyzer, if it's thingying it, if it's electrolysis. There we go. So we're gonna need to crush sand then as well, right? Have my trains turned up and delivered some? They have. Smashing. Good stuff. Let's bring that, or at least get the bots working on doing that. Maybe. Because I've not got a lot of spare or other easy paths across there, have I? We'll leave that for a minute then. It might only need one crusher, but we'll see. So, I think that's enough moaning done for about the Christmas party. But yeah, so I kind of had fun because it was nice to sort of see everyone. And most of the people in my bit of the department were kind of there. But it was a bit weird not being drunk, you know. Okay, so we need to feed in the sand, but we'll think about that in a minute. This needs 8.5, but we don't need it to run exactly a rate, but 8.5, so if that's making 6.6, I wonder what we can do around 9.3. Okay, what if we put in oops, oh, it won't take a prod. Interesting, okay. So one machine will do it for us. Especially since we're getting the free stuff, aren't we? So maybe if we take that out. That's even better, isn't it? So if that one then... oh, and that gives us hydrogen as well. In fact, that gives us 12 hydrogen. Huh. So actually, we don't need any. So if I flip that like that, we don't need any of this. Okay. What we need instead is to void the hydrogen. Is it going to be too much? Well, there you go. Both of them. I assume you've you played Krastorio 2 before? I don't know if you're sort of familiar with the mod generally. I did a playthrough way back when, which was kind of my first ever modded playthrough on stream. So, oops. So we've got a hook. Maybe if I flip that one like that, we need to bring this like in here, don't we? Probably need we're going to need a control on it, aren't we, basically? So if we go something like that. I don't have to do it. I could just void this, couldn't I? I could just burn it off. But this, I need that. Oh yeah, actually I do, because yeah, we need a flare stack on this, because this is going to use it at, you know, same amount of each, and we're actually going to get more hydrogen. So yeah, we need now what do I control? Do I control this? I better not, because I don't want to do anything silly with like losing the height. So if we get rid of if we do, have I got any flare stacks? I don't think I've got any, have I? Let's get some of them then. Why have I got a drop down on live chat? YouTube keeps messing about with all the stuff on there. And it gets a bit confusing sometimes. So, is my audio still working? I think yeah, audio's still working. Cool. Have we got the flare? Yes, we got the flare stacks. Okay. Will this tell me how much? Crafting speed of 1. What does that mean? What does that mean, I wonder? But let's just do an enable to save. I can always add more on if it ends up blocked. Where are the... Oh, there's the fluids. There we go. Chlorine gets above, say, 5,000. Burn it off. And the same here. Might as well pop that in. Don't need a thingy. In fact, if I just copy that over, change that to hydrogens. Cool. So this is going to need sand. It's going to need 4 sands a second. Now, I do have some crushers somewhere that are doing sand. Will you? Oh, 7.5. Okay. So 1 crusher will sort us out. Smashing. We do need this water that we hooked in before over to here. Like so. Put that there. Cool. And then we want a crusher. It's going to be enormous, them things. So we need to get the sand over to here. Okay. I guess we could sort of jank across here, maybe? Put like one there. Pipes in the way. Okay. Back there. Oops. Okay, so we can hook this up to the stones, L stones. So tricky part's probably going to be this malarkey. Go across there, maybe. Oops. Cool. So, let's let that flow through. So the stone comes in, gets crushed. We know that or we think that that's going to work at about, what was it, 12 or something? I can't remember. 10. But certainly more than the 4. We've got water hooked up. This will make both chlorine at 8. And although that's 8.5, we don't need it to be 9.5 either. Because they're 3. We don't need them to be 3. They'll be 9. So it might be slightly underdoing it, but I think that's probably going to be okay. This stone's not going to arrive because I've not connected the bell. Dun dun dun. Okay, so hydrogen will come out of there. Flare stack will burn it off. It goes over 5,000. Chlorine will come out of there. Flare stack will burn it. If it goes above 5,000, we probably need a second one of them, but we shall see. Boop. It's not getting a lot of the old, but then it needs to kind of loop round as well, doesn't it? Hello, Emily. Electromagnetic plants can do electrolysis plants recipes with extra productivity. They can indeed, yes. Unfortunately, all of my electrolysis plants are over on Folgora, where I have a very, very tiny base that is not even making enough science to fill a rocket. I don't think we've done a single rocket. Because it is just like, it was like a experiment with bootstrapping. So yes, although they can... I bet I've got some in a box now. Oh yeah, got 3. Because this, as I say, is very, very smart, slow production. But it was, you know, just more an experiment in bootstrap. Because I never bootstrapped a planet before. So I don't even have any bots here. Everything's very low volume, isn't it? That's kind of expected. Is that because we've run out of scrap? What I should have done is upgraded this. I don't know why I left it as yellow out, but there you go. Right, so. We're chugging away with the old chlorine. Ah, we're full of lithium chloride. Which is good. 10 there. 10 there. That's pooping out our lithium. Oh, we've got our machine running. Excellent. What about you? You're still waiting on stuff. You don't have plastic because there's no belt there, look. Belt? Inserter. I thought about doing a video on that substrate game. Because I keep calling that. It's not called that. It's called Subsurface. Which I think is a rubbish name, if I'm honest, because it's too generic. Needs something a bit more distinctive, I think. Well, they're working. Absolutely chock full of the lithium there, aren't they? 0.2. Yeah, it's all well and good. Oh, I see science happening. Nice. Now, is this even hooked in to anything? Well, we've got a belt. There's no way for it to get into the labs, though. Okay, let's sort that out. How about we do a... In fact, these are wooden power poles, aren't they, crikey? Oops. Right. And yeah, if we just do a undo there. Nope. And then there. And then chuck all of them into there. Oops. Suppose it didn't really matter that. I'll just make it look pretty. Cool. Okay, so in theory, if we now give that, because we do have Immersive processing lined up as a research. Yeah, there we go. It's a working. Very slowly, I'm sure, but it's a working nonetheless. Okay. So interesting it adds them on the bottom there. Never noticed that before. I say you can still see the modules, I guess. Huh. Okay, so I did queue up, didn't I? Yes, so we got a bunch queued up with the old matter. And then this was in theory going to be our first Fulgoran science. Is there any way for that to get down here? Is that what's meant to be on the other side of this belt? Yes, okay. Okay. Now, Fulgora, how are you getting on? As I said, the bootstrapping was interesting, but I'm not quite sure it's my cup of tea. How are you doing? You've got 650 and it's taken at least 3 hours to get there. But 650... One of the problems as well is this. This is just completely filling up because it can't put it out onto the belt basically. So we do actually have a lot more Holmium knocking about, but it's sort of trapped. Which is why this should have been red belt, you see. That belt doesn't look very full, does it? Oh, okay. Wow, so we've eaten through that quite quickly, haven't we? Wow. Because when it arrives, it'll give us 1,000. And what do we actually... I mean, I put those on, but are those research I really want? I mean, I do want that, I think. But it should more be the mech armor, really, and stuff like that, but that's very expensive. Quality modules, meh. Tesla weapon's great, but I think I can take on worms without it. But let's get the laser, you know, and like these Krastorio 2 bits and pieces. Again, concentrating energy does an enormous amount of damage from a very far distance. I wonder how the worm... Because the worm's basically immune to laser, so presumably that does nothing to him. I know it's odd because, I say, the base pack on Nalvis isn't really set up to make, you know, personal equipment particularly anyway. So I don't really have... I don't think they even have Mark II batteries or roboports particularly. So what do we want here? I mean, the key one is this one, because this is proper tech for doing proper technologies, including the whole matter thing. But we've got to go through this Imersite first. E3. Matter processing. The old cheating. Yeah, we could head back to... Well, I could also... Oh, in fact, is it made... Oh, it's not... Oh, it's because they're... I thought these were just regular. No, they're quality ones, aren't they? Okay. But then Volcanus is better for, like, solar, isn't it? I wonder how many of those have we got. We've got 15 on the planet, 8 on the planet, 1 on the planet, 3 on the planet. Okay. So we could custom order, or customize the order to... Did we say we had 15 of them? On the way 20, that's interesting. Didn't think we had 20. I thought you said 15. 3. It's expensive rocket, isn't it? Custom payload. 3. Oil on the planet 8. Okay. 8. And then... Oops. Was there one of them? I can't remember what it was. 1. 1. Cool. Now, we should also therefore order up some regular ones to kind of fill the gaps that we may or may not end up with. Oh. I didn't make that level 2, did I? Bum. Okay. So I want to go that one. Nope. That one. That one. That one. That one. Is it 9? Yeah. That's why it was sending 20, because I don't need to do that then, do I? Let's see what it does. Because it won't have made any ammo. It's been sat here without any power at all. Oops. So we're still missing those accumulators, and it's sending them. Okay. How about, as I say, we bring back the Folgore Express, and maybe head over there. We could kind of. Don't have much capacity though, does it? Because what I want to say, I was mulling about doing like some sort of modular thing, and I could do a version of this where I effectively take all of that and move it down, and it's just got then a load of cargo pods at the back. Why don't we do that then? So if we do a personal transport, and maybe if I give it a symbol of me, yon engineer, where, there he is. So this is my one. Just going to send that up. And you're still waiting on a thing. It was the other one, wasn't it? Volcanus Express. How are we doing? We've got one extra blue solar panel. So if we swap that out, maybe. Where's that one? That gap is there. Oh no, we haven't. Wait, what? Oh, that should be there then. Yes. And then maybe put regular ones in. Oops, there and there. And then I'll fill one rocket. Yeah, so I've just got regular accumulators. But I say this is a volcanous one. So there'll be more stuff. More solar power. Oh, and there's one there as well. Boop and boop. So if we drop these back down again, we don't need that. I'm still technically missing one blue accumulator. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, you're there. Let's put that one in instead then. Let's drop the panels and stuff down. Get rid of the junk, basically. Well, it's not junk, but... Didn't I have a repair thing? What have I called that? I haven't called it anything. If I just call it silo bits. And then this is repairs, maybe? Doesn't have repair packs on it then, is it? Cool. Let that sort its life out, basically. Now, did I do a blueprint? Yes, I did. Okay, so if we pop that there, but then we say move. Oops, move. Oh, I can't. Huh. Huh. Can't zoom out any further. Not zoom out. Why? Why is cut always? There we go. So, if that was where the... Move it down to there, say? Is that where the... turret? No. One further up. So not there. There. Yeah, and then we want... Well, we can't though, can we? Because... Well, no I can. Oh. And then that one... There. That needs to go all the way down. And that one... Huh. Huh. assume that was there. 1, 2, 3. Well. Yes, then we need for this one. If the idea of this one is going to be, it's my personal one for building the planets, then we can kind of cargo our way around the universe, can't we? Oh, is that on a 2x2 grid, or is that me? I never realised that. Can't really get very many in, can we? I wonder if maybe I do that and then that. So that gets a little bit more, but it's still not. Do with that being like 2 further down or up, maybe. Do that. I can offset them, can't I? Yes, I can. Okay, that's a bit better. I could always maybe quality them. I don't think I've got any quality. Whatever they're called. Cargo pod thingamy, whatchamacallits. Am I even making them? Yeah, here we go. Oh, I have. I've got one uncommon one. Okay. So, if we maybe make that the uncommon one. None of your common cargo pods here. And then, I think maybe, just for the funsies, let's put in a couple of accumulators there. Can't do that, can I? Because they're in the way of the belts. That didn't work. Okay. Because I need these belts going up here. I can obviously underground them to a degree. So we could have maybe 1, 2, 3. That's too big, isn't it? We could have one there. And that one there. If I move that up. So then we're going up there. It's a bit horrible, isn't it? A bit on the horrible side. Is this just, it's not, we just run out of rockets, have we? What are we waiting on? Oh, of course it's fulfilling all of them first, so let's turn all that rubbish off. I sort of hate that you can't set the priorities. It was one of the things that I really struggle with in it, because it's like, I don't know, it's very strange, the platforms, in my opinion, because they're sort of, in a sense, don't feel like they're fully in line with other bits in the game. So it's like, it's annoying you can't go further down than that, isn't it? Oh. But yeah, like you can't, you know. Yeah, I can't see the full platform. Okay. And that's not the full thing. Huh, that must be that restriction they put in to stop people building ships so long that they're effectively arrived before they set off. Because I can't see the bottom. Well, I know it's there. So let's just leave it then. Put some accumulators in there or something, maybe. I can maybe put that like that. I get even more stuff. No, I can't, because that was the whole thing that I was trying to do. I'm so confused now. Why is it not restored then? But yeah, we can do... No, I can't do one accumulator there, I guess, something like that. And then maybe a row of them here. So I know all of this stuff at the bottom works, as it were, even though I can't, like, see it. Oh, there we go. I can just about see it. I'm building a compact ship. Kinda, yeah. I mean, I sort of messing about with maybe thinking about doing it in a modular way. I'm thinking about how I would do the modules, because I'm kind of thinking that if I can work out a way of, I mean, it's not really modular, but the idea sort of being that, you know, there's a solar, you know, a power generation section, you know, I say this is where it gets all messy. Oh, and welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well, Rusty Phillips. But you know that you got like a fuel generation section and a asteroid processing section, and maybe making them modular. But I've never really done needle ships, you know, where they're like very, very thin. And I wanted to give that a go. I mean, I know I can go out the front as well, so I'm not, you know, not necessarily completely off the bottom there. But yeah, I'd sort of, it's I'm not doing that, but you know, it's sort of knocking about in my head, if you see what I mean. And then you need a certain ammo. Yeah, that belt's going the wrong. Why is that? Oh, that's the ammo. The ammo comes the other way on this. There we go. Nope. So this must also then be requesting a whole load of, yeah, level 2s and stuff that it just doesn't have access to. So maybe instead, if I get it to bring up regular old accumulators and panels. Aquila Cave, oh no. I mean, it'd be nice to do something, I think eventually, to do something where you could, you know, do it as a modular thing, and just by bolting on more things on the front, you know, like bolting on a rocket production area. I'm almost thinking about it in terms of, like, you know, the Nilhouse, you know, city blocks type of thing, where, you know, you have a block that does sulfur and a block that does, you know, sulfuric acid or something like that. I'm sure others have done this. It's just one of the weird things is I've not actually played a lot of Space Age. It's been a bit of a strange expansion for me. I'm actually there's a video coming on my YouTube's in January where I talk about some related things to that, and one of the points you know, it's not it's like a wish list of what I want in 2.1, and one of the points I make, and it's not the specific wish list isn't this, but the point I make is, oh, you can. So if I zoom, of course, because it's a map view, isn't it? So if I zoom it out and in locating the cursor, then I can see it. That's a bit weird. Is that it takes a very long time to get to space, basically. And in my opinion, it's a bit too long. And what I'm interested in is playing the space bit. I've played the main game, you know, over and over again, and still love it. But I don't know that I personally enjoy, like, if I want to get to Aquila and I want to get, Fulgora and Volcanus and sort of having to play through. And I'm not a speedrunner, so it takes me ages anyway. But having to get there, having to wait 20, 30 hours before you get to the new stuff, I find a bit sort of off-putting on it. It's a bit sort of like, well, I'd rather have that sort of sooner, and say that the video goes on about a way that could happen, as it were. It's sort of the advantage of something like this, because you've got, other things to do, as it were, as well as you're learning other machines and other processes and all that sort of stuff on Nalvis. So Nalvis isn't just the boring, it's not boring, but it's not the exact same stuff over and over again type of thing. It is different. Okay, so it's hopefully it's bringing up all the platform bits. Okay, that'll take it a while then, I guess. How are we doing on Fulgor? Have you made a single 795? Okay, absolutely ages to go then. So one option says to bring the Fulgora Express back to Nalvis and kind of put what we can in it. And like expand Fulgora. What I really need to do there is bots, so that I can then work on it remotely. And we do have plenty of cargo capacity, and I could get rid of some of these. And I don't even know why. I mean, I do. It's because I wanted an emergency thing. If this all ran out, I could stick, red ammo on the belt to fill it in. But as it happens, it's not had any trouble producing enough ammo. But yeah, so we could bring this guy back. We could send up a bunch of roboports, and I guess bots. Can't be asked to make them on the platform, but bots. Head back to, I could go up as well. Head back to Fulgora. Put in a bot network. And then we're a bit more versatile. I'd probably need loggy chests as well, wouldn't I? Yeah. Okay, so if we add those on, we do a special section where we add on roboports. How many do I want? Probably quite a few. What do they stack to? 10. So we do, maybe we do 30? It's quite a lot. I don't need many bots. It's just move stuff around. What do you stack to? 50. In fact, let's limit them so we don't get any weirdness going on. And then same again, 50. And then we need some loggy chests, which would be storage chests. I could take some of the big ones with me, couldn't I? Unless they don't fit on a rocket. That would feel like a balancing problem if they don't fit on a rocket. Rocket capacity 50. Wow, okay. Because they're enormous, aren't they? Storage size 120. Storage size 48. So really we want to bring some of these, don't we? That feels like it needs balancing. So we can send 50 of those up. I don't think I'm making them though, that's the problem. Let's just stick with the regular guys, because I know I'm making them. And then we need requesters, I guess. I can make regular chests and power poles and all that sort of stuff here relatively easily. Should we take red belt? How many slots have I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I've got plenty. So if we take some red belts, only like a single stack, I think. And some red stuff. Stack rocket capacity 28. It's a weird number, isn't it? I guess that's to reflect the extra length it has in this. That's what she said, obviously. 50. The laser is enough, right? I don't know what min laser damage is required. Possibly, yeah. So might be. Okay. Right, so let's bring you back. Not, I think that it's going to be able to. We're going to end up not fulfilling these requests. We get rid of some of the other junk we've got in there. Okay. Are you heading back? Yep. How's our personal transport doing? Oh, looks like he's done a lot of it. Still waiting on platform pieces. And quite a lot of stuff. If we go with regular panels. Instead. Wasn't there one? There it is. Okay, so that gets a little bit of power. Don't think I really need them anymore. Don't have to fill our own rocket, of course not. Go with space, one of them. Cool. It's not sending anything anymore. Is that because you've arrived and taken priority? Yeah, it is. So how about we pause you? Have we only got... We're probably... Our real problem is almost certainly a lack of rockets, I would guess. Yeah. A lack of blue circuits, okay. Let's boost this up then. Maybe double it. Mm-mm-mm. So if one of those is making 0.14, what am I doing with where low density structures? 0.05. Yes, there's way more blue circuits now. Okay. They do with a bit more rocket fuel actually, don't they? How would we increase that? We would need more iron plate apparently. They're full, but there's no very slow recipe basically. Okay. What about low density structures then? Can we go and boost them? Oh no, plastic is very low, isn't it? Where's that coming from? Where is our plastic? Our plastic is here. And why are you... Oh, it's flashing off red. So not making enough petroleum to even satisfy these guys. Where is that? That's there. Because... Oh, we've not even got any modules in there. Okay. What about cracking? No modules in there either. Okay. Do I have level 2 modules being made? I think I do somewhere. Not a lot of them. Just a couple. Yeah, there we go. So why don't we pop some... Oops. Level 2's in there. Don't need to do that. Need to go that. Whoops. There. Oh, I saw a red. Something is out of fuel. What's out of fuel? Train out of fuel. Okay. So why have you not gone to the fuel pickup? What fuel am I putting in? I think it's only coal, isn't it? Yeah. Oh crikey, there's no coal. Huh. Is that not going to the... Oh, that's going to the smelting, okay. Right. We do have requesters now, though. Ah, we've done advanced tech cards. Okay. What do we want out of that, then? A Glebian greenhouse. Adapt greenhouses to grow Yamako rather than jelly nut on Gleba. Okay. So some tweaking. Might just do them. Because that gets us the even more capable battery for your robots. Which is properly useful. What was I doing? I say yes, I do have some blueprints somewhere. For like swapping things out. I can't remember what they are. Let's just find this train. Get the bots to stick in. Some coal. Yeah, I can't remember. Train blueprints. So what have we got? Fuel upgrader. But that's based on... depot upgrades. That's the one. So we want to swap out. Well, I want to delete that. And then do a depot loggy conversion. I want to do this one. That. And then I have to get rid of them, won't I? Oops. Yeah, that one. You. The question is whether... because that's requesting rocket fuel. Oh, I have done it. How much there? 190. That's set to 400, so it's obviously somewhere else as well. Okay. 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 Oh. What explosion going on? Or at least it works sometimes, the fuel thing. So yeah, hopefully that will sort itself out. Fingers crossed. Basically just set up to, you know, empty out old fuel and put in new fuel. That's just very simple idea, but it's obviously very reliant on us having new fuel, and particularly since in this things stack to ridiculous sizes. So, you know, we're going to be putting 600 fuels or something in each one, I think. Because it, like, stacks to 100. I think. Is that right? Stack size 100, yeah. In which case, this needs to be, like, 300, doesn't it, in this? Bonkers. But I suppose it'll never actually run out of fuel then. Oops. Yeah. Don't quite know where we're getting all that rocket fuel from, but there you go. So that needs setting much higher, doesn't it then? That needs to be like 600 if there's two. Imagine a train turns up needing 300 on each side, so we'll call that 600. Okay. That's going to stop our rockets from launching. Unfortunately, there are better recipes. Oh, and that's not even connected, is it? No, because I did a bad copy and paste. That pipe needs to go, and that one. Now, I was getting distracted away from the plastic. That was the core issue. Still not getting enough petroleum in, that's fine. Well, no, neither of those are full. So I think if we go prod and cut speeds, these are going to be reversed again, aren't they? No? What happened there? Oh, I V-flipped her on. No, I didn't. Go mad. There. And then copy the whole thing. We'll need more robopods. Don't suppose I've... yeah, nearly killed off my oil batch. Yeah, that one's dead. I do have this, which I haven't taken advantage of. Right down here. Ah, that was the... yeah, okay. Because that's collecting plastic. It's taking it here, isn't it? Yeah. We could also then drop it off somewhere as well. How about we add on... No. There we go. Pop that on. And then we drop off plastic here. Bearing in mind I don't think this has a stacker. No, it doesn't. Okay. Why would I put a stacker on? Because, I mean, my whole system's designed around stackers. Why would I add stackers in? And then I could just stick it in there, and that'll actually alleviate petroleum demand, but that's not what we're interested in. Okay, so if we get that plastic delivered there, now have we got stuck trains or anything like that? Because you're wanting to live with coal, iron and copper. Have we got any trains sat around not doing anything? One there. Okay. Because we should be alright then. If we've got trains... Oh no, that is... That one's doing stuff, isn't it? What about you? Are you doing... So you're doing stuff. Probably need another train is the point. There. And then those two are ready to go. Okay. So yeah, I think we need another train. Did we ever finish off your depot? Not really. Yeah, this all locomotives fueled only really works for the base game. It's a bonkers number for this, because I'm putting 600 rocket fuel into each train, which is, I don't know what the numbers are, but this only takes 100. So effectively that's 6 rockets worth of rocket fuel that I'm putting in a single train. In which case, why don't we fiddle about with what's it under? I guess it's... I'll just go there and then edit that. It should apply to all of them. So we don't necessarily want all of... The trouble is, if it fills up one side, then we're knackered, aren't we? I mean, I could do it with inactivity work. Let's put it fairly high for inactivity. Trouble is, it's going to be trickling across. And also, it's not going to work anyway, is it? Because a train arrives, it's always going to pick the closest one. No, I don't like that. Oh, not that this condition seems to work properly anyway. Yeah, let's not do that. Just going to have to lump it, aren't I? Just going to have to lump it. Oh, so there are better fuel recipes. Where are they? Ammonia, oxygen, still iron plate though, which is a horrible constraint. What else have we got? Because that one's the light oil one, which is obviously nice and easy if we've got light oil. That's ammonia, but an ammonia we can make just from the air. Hydrogen and nitrogen, they're both air extractable. So maybe we add a bit of that in? Because the chlorine one involves us having to do blooming, stone and all that sort of stuff. A bit weird, really, making rocket fuel from stone indirectly. So yeah, I think if we add a bit of that in, I think I might just do it as a special extra logistics-based thing, rather than if I get some fuel. Where do we want to put this? Maybe if we just sort of stick it in here. I did start building a sort of proper a bot mall thing. Okay, let's pop in some. Oops. Some thingies, and then we want a. I got to do the. Maybe put it there. Biomethanol. Rocket fuel from ammonia. So we then got to make the ammonia. Which is... Ah, no, it's not not a fuel thingy. It's a chemical plant. Ammonia. 10, 10, 10. And that only requires 3.12. So if we were to do that, 4.21. So if we could get this to, what would that need to be? 13 or something? That's 16. 13.5. Okay, so that will support 3 of them. Okay. So we flip that round. Back. Okay. It also needs oxygen. But 4.21 oxygens. Where's our electrolyzers? There we go. Oh no, not electrolyzer, idiot. It's the atmospheric condenser. Oxygen. 4.2. It's making 9. So effectively that would support just over... If I was to... I can't prod model, can I? No. If I was to do 2 of them, and then 2 of them... Oops. Wait, so that's 4... So that produces... In fact, I need to do the other way around. So... flip that around. So that needs to be 3 of them. So we then got 9, 18, 27 versus 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. So ish match. And then that's producing 14 ammonias. 4, 8, 12. Yeah, so those will support each other. We then need oxygen. 13.5, 13.5. That's only making 2.25. Wow. Okay. What about the other one then? 1.5. Blimey. Okay. How about with 2 speeds in? 2 level 2 speeds in. 2 speeds. 2 2 2 2 2 2. 3.6 that goes up to. So then we would need 27 divided by 3.6. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24 plus the bit extra. It's going to get us close. So we need like 8 of those. And then blooming even more of them. Like, must be about 12 then. Crikey. It's free from the air though, so that's a thing. But what we can do is on this side of it is just chuck in, and we're just doing these really for trains, so hopefully they'll just make a load and then sort of sit there doing nothing. Copy that in, 2 plates. Then you want to go on to rocket fuel, and you want to be set to what rocket fuel? Let's do something like 1200, so it really gets stacked up. You put that round. Copy that. So, oops, tree's in the way. Well, there you go. And we want Oops. Oop. Alright. So it gives them the oxygen. In fact, why don't I put that, say, there, which I think is where it was, but whatever. I can do that. I can't get over the pipe. And then we do that. Why did I put those two apart? That one apart, rather? There's no benefit to that. Oops. That there. And then you. Oops. Don't need that like that, do I? Move that over. Give that ammonia as well. Cool. So then, as I say, we need like whatever it was, something sillier than 2.6. So 3.6, 7.2. So yeah, it was 8 of those. Okay, marvelous. Let's put say on there. Can we move this? Let's not. Let's move this instead. Got belts in the way, haven't I? How about put say one of these over here, one of those over there somewhere, and do it that way. Look that round. Four, 5, 6, 7, and then that gets in the way. Marvelous. How about then do those there? That's annoying. Move that down to there. Okay. Huge power cost, but I've got plenty. I got plenty spare. What's peeking in there? Turbines at night. Okay. It wouldn't hurt us to have more panels anyway, because that's useful for you know, it'll make some more quality ones as well. I think I want to leave that available. That coal. How are we doing? So then this. What do you want that? I can't remember how many. I mean, it was more, wasn't it? It's like 12, I think. So 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Don't want to connect them. 10, 11, 12. Okay, and now we just need to power it all up. Lovely purple colour. Are you doing anything? You are kind of doing something. You are making rocket fuel. Excellent. That gets us an extra 0.08 times 6, which is 816. 0.24, a quarter of a rocket fuel per second. Marvellous. So useful. Yeah, that recipe's rubbish. It's obviously, I guess, designed for Aquilo more than ridiculous power here, but you know, it's a couple of iron plates and a whole bunch of electricity, which is basically free. Okay. In the meantime, has it done other things? How are we doing? Falgora Express is still sat here. Has it filled up? Looks like it's filled up, doesn't it? So we can hop onto Falgora Express and head over. Well, Volcanus Express. Sort of sat there. I see ammo on belts. See lots of ammo on belts. Lovely. So, how about we turn the silo bits one on, I think? No, not yet, because I need to go up, don't I? Personal transport, how are you doing? Ah, you're stealing all of the space platforms, are you? Okay. How about we turn that off then? And I head over, jump on Falgora Express. Head over to Falgora, set up a bot network. Ooh, look, that's full. Cool. How much rocket fuel we got in there? 50 in there. Close to 300, so we could try sticking in another train. See what it does. See what it does. Are we on Falgora Express? We are indeed. I'm just going to assume I've got everything perfect, which is the worst possible assumption. So we'll head to Falgora. Volcanus Express, do we want to turn your stuff on? Let's turn silo bits on. Personal transport is still chugging away, I'm sure. I've missed a blue accumulator. There. Doo-doo-doo. Looks like iron and copper have recovered, which is good. How are we doing? Are we there yet? Is that it? Are we there? We're there. Excellent. Oh, it's loaded them in as well. Ooh. Let's turn it off though. And we want to drop these down to the planet. What's the other thing we want to drop down? The red stuff, red belts. Oh look, 1,000 sciences. Well, I never. But I want to drop down to the planet. Agora. We already know it should survive around there in the orbit around Fulgora. It did do for ages before. Oh, it drops you back down there. Okay, I would assumed it put you next to your landing pod. Have I done a landing? Yes, I must have. Because otherwise, where's all my stuff gone? How many has this actually got in it? Oh, it's got 30 more. So then, where is my landing pod? Oh, that I haven't dropped one down. Okay, where in the heckins have I put one then? Wait. Did I ever? I didn't make one. Ah. Okay. What do we need to build one of them then? Steel processing units and concrete. Did I really not build one? Okay. We want a landing pad. And we want more, only 10 processing units, okay. And then double the concretes. Because this was the stuff I had in the inventory, I think. Yeah, okay. Well, there you go. So I never made a cargo landing pad. How about that? My this recent video that's gone up, the why shatter a planet, is kind of suffering from the exact problem I was kind of expecting a lot of these lore speculations to have, in that it kind of relies on you having, or maybe this is just me not being a very good writer and stuff, but it's quite reliant on you having watched the How Do You Shatter a Planet video, because the whole, what I was trying to get across in that How video is that the energy required to shatter a planet, an entire planet, is enormous, like just off the charts. Can't get your head around it type of number. And so a lot of people are, you know, not unreasonably commenting, well, I think it's this, that and the other. And that's sort of the whole point of doing that video was the whole, oh, I've made 2. Okay. Because there was too much in there, was there? I didn't think I put that much concrete in. Well, there you go. You know, the whole point of that was, you know, it could be accidental, but I sort of established before in that video, the previous video, that I don't think it is, and in the video itself, but it doesn't sort of make sense if it's accidental. Or not accidental, natural causes. You know, it wouldn't result in what's in the game, basically, if it was natural. But then equally, you're not going to do it. It's such an enormous undertaking. You're not going to do it lightly, you know. So the why comes down to, for me, being a deliberate thing, and it's then why. So why do it then? Why, you know, what is Prometheum? Is kind of the next set of, the next strand of this line of thinking, basically, because it's like, well, okay, well, if it's really hard to do, then you've gotta really want to do it, you know. Is my thinking anyway. So that sort of, a bit of that context gets really lost. These aren't even on the belt. Look at that. No wonder they've not chewed through the stuff. There's another bit of random scrap there. But yeah, so it's one of the difficulties of doing these, because really it'd be like one video, or maybe 2 sort of thing, but it'd be about 15 hours long. It'd take me a year to make it, and then like 4 people would watch it because it was 6 hours long. I haven't got any power poles, have I? I don't need 2. In fact, probably just, yeah, I could just do it with. No, I can't, because I haven't got any of them either. No. Where did? Oh, it's still making it. Okay. Maybe put it. Still maybe? Yeah, I don't. Bit late, eh? I'll greet you, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Justio. Yeah, well, I've been going for a couple of hours, but I'm probably going till 7 local time, as per usual. I'm going to be cutting the streams down a bit, to be honest with you. I've been debating it for a while, and I'll be doing that sort of 2 hour long, I think. Generally, when I'm with the 3 hour ones, I sort of I do run out of steam, if I'm honest. Especially as most people, if there is any watching, they tend to be lurkers, which is fine. That's what I do when I watch streams. I don't generally chat, if I'm honest, but yeah. It does mean you get random things about, as I say, like my work Christmas do and stuff, which I'm sure is absolutely fascinating. Okay, so that's tapping most of that patch there. Got a tiny little bit there, and tiny little bit there, and tiny little bit there, and almost nothing there. But yeah. Oh, that's not even joined up, is it? Yep. So let's go and upgrade the sortery beat that our recyclers are pumping out onto, since I've only single-sided it for some reason. In fact, can I get the bots to do it? Yeah. Oh, it's. Oh, I guess it would have emptied because everything ran out. So yeah. Okay, fine. That's double-sided scrap. So I think that's all of the tiny little bits of scrap covered as well. Cool. Cool. And then that one didn't need any real... I don't even know why. Let's put that down. How many EM plants will we have made? Probably still the 3, because it would need excess holmium to make more. Yeah. Okay, so not really worth exporting. I don't suppose... Oh, we've not made any of them? Why is that? Oh, we wouldn't, because I haven't set that up, have I? Okay. Okay. I don't know why. For some reason I thought that was the one we set up, but that's the one we need to do next, which is why we were still back on Volcanus. So, if we've taken at least one load of Volgoran stuff back, what is it worth us doing? What is it worth us doing? I mean, something like that would actually be, like, weirdly useful at this point. Wait, what have I done there? Hmm. 1,500 for them. How about we just pop on personal Roboport to... Oops. And nope, that one. In fact, do them the other way around, maybe. There we go. So we're not kind of not. I've gotten a bit ahead of myself, but also not. Yeah, it's all got a bit mixed up, hasn't it? Okay. I think basically I was a bit too keen to come to Volgora. That's sort of the root issue, really. Let's see if we put, say, one in there. Maybe. There. 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 Go on our pots in. Ah, did I not drop? Dang, I don't think I dropped the. Are you still here? In a sense, because you've not done a round trip. So you drop them down to me, please. Oh no, it's paused, isn't it? Okay. Cool. Where do we want this? Maybe. Let's put one in here. Now we kind of want to cover this bit as well, I guess. Like that. Go. So, we now need a bit of an area, assuming this is, yeah, there we go. Got them in. Bit of an area of storage chests. Like so. Well, let's not do that bit then. And then basically we can use my manufacturing blueprint, I think. If I put those back in there with that stuff. In fact, I put like all of them in. Like manufacturing type things. Okay. Then in theory, bots would be able to make things, or let us make things. But I think maybe if I put a... There we go. First construction bot on Volgora. Excellent. So if I put like one of them in, not going to have power there, is it? Put one in there. And let's make just randomly something. Because I think I'm going to have to put a load of like storage chests around and about. But let's see what they do about building that. They won't have power poles, will they? Or lights. So let's give them some of those. So if we swap some of these to storage chests, then we start to get some ingredients available on the network. So if I maybe pick this one back up. And then we swap these in. So that we're going to need to make sure they're filtered, otherwise the bots will do something utterly random and annoying. Like they do. Typical bots doing things. Them as well. Trying to take them over there, you see. We don't have any whatchamacallits, do we? Inserters. What are you complaining about? Inserters, okay. I'll let you off. So, when I need to put, no, if I keep them. Put them, those. In there. And what are we doing? Inserter parts. Iron plate. Well, I'm making iron plate. Here we go. Oh, I haven't got any inserters, have I? I'll make some inserters in order to make some inserters. Classic. Didn't I do one of these? I thought I... Yeah, okay. So this needs to be iron plate. Cool. It's not put the filter on. Why is it not put the filter on? It's not filtered that one either. I don't really need the lights. So that's gone well. Do we do... Oh. So I thought that's what that was. If I go like that... Parameterize it. So that would be the parameter. And then this is P0 underscore P0 underscore S, but say 2 stacks. So it won't be able to make any more, I don't think, but let's test it out. So if we go... Where's the copper one? There's the copper one. I can't reach that. It's... Oh, okay. And then copper. It's got a filter on. Filter on. Oh, the actual thing. Okay. You not made a... Oh, you have, mate. Oh, you haven't got an inserter, have you? There we go. Some storage boxes. Now, I should be able to just sort of... How big is that coverage? Because if we were to go to, say, like there... So I would need more of these. Like so. And we can copy paste accumulators as well. Missed a bit on the end. That's on the range. What they don't have is the... What should we call it? So they but they've not got any of that stuff. Where do they live? I always forget. Steel plate I need. Ah, I did not make those lolly chests. Okay. Oh, I thought it... Oh, it has made accumulators, but of course they're in a regular chest, not a... How are we doing? Put those in. Oops. So... And I'm monkeying around with... Whatchamacallits. But yeah, I need... Oh, I can't get through there. What was that after the accumulator? Oh, it's done then. I don't have any limit on it, does it? Oh, we're out of fuel again, are we? So I do not know what is wrong with that, the request, but... Oh well. Where's rocket fuel? Where is rocket fuel? Let's just search it. Oh. That didn't work. No. Oh, these... Mate. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's put some rocket fuel in there then. What was I doing? Yeah, this was unlimited. There's nothing stopping this at all. Wow. Where is my EMP? There it is. So that's A50. Okay, what else are we making? Go in a chest. Oh, I think I made them just for that, didn't I? Just a couple. What was that about personal transport? I'm seeing around now this, it shouldn't be having any combat problems. How bizarre. Dang. Okay. How are we doing? So if we do a scrape across, see if we can't find... So I don't see any... Oh, there is one regular chest. Where is that? That's getting into this bit here where we know there's all sorts of random stuff. Any chesticles in there? Should do a filter one, shouldn't I, really? Right, let's do that. Do that. Please tell me. Oops. Where there are. Okay, so we've got none in there. None in there. They start to appear in that section. Okay, so the only ones with regular steel chests rather than storage chests are those. Which doesn't mean we're storing everything, it's just that those are the ones where I've already put it in. So it's all of this area that it was picking up. And this was all botched together just to get me bootstrap me a rocket silo, wasn't it? Hmm. Oh, I never put them in there, did I? Doo-doo-doo. Now, what we kind of really need on this rubbish is some recyclers in the thing, because I can kind of just set it up. You know, if I'm missing something, I can chuck some recyclers in via bots, get a few bits made, and then carry on from there. My voice is going. Yeah, so all of that is sort of intermediate stuff, basically. Okay. And also, I should put that in there, shouldn't I, really? Okay. So the bots sort it all out from there. Got up to 400 nearly already. How is my sort of... It's not really filling this belt, so we could probably add some more recycling, and it's not eating this either. So we could certainly do one more. How are we doing? Right, so we'll hop back onto the Fogborer Express, which might mean monkeying around with our rocket silo. That's fine. But we now have bots, we have some roboports, we have some, you know, appropriate logistics chests. So even though I'm not really making anything yet here, I can do blueprints and etc. Now that we've got bots here. Right, so what I want to temporarily do is take that out, grab them, and like, you won't let me put them back in there. 200, is that all? Okay. So, how am I going to do... Yeah, well, let me overfill that. Let's get the bolts. Do that. No, don't put them in. Not yet, anyway. I don't need... Oh, well. There are those inserters now. Okay. Are we empty? We're empty. Right. Travel to space platform, Fogborer Express. Then we'll put these inserters back in. It's trying out that Terminator 2D, what it's called, I can't remember what the title is. The sort of new old school Terminator game. It's quite fun. It's very, very sort of 32-bit. Reminds me a lot of a SNES game, which is not a bad thing, but yeah, it's... Unfortunately for me, it's very controller based. And also the control scheme to me is weird. It's very strange. I'm finding it... I'm dying basically because what I think should be the shoot button is actually the slide button, actually. It's not even duck. Yeah, it's very, very... I don't know what you call it, like, not loyal. I mean, I guess loyal to the film, which is kind of cool. Yeah, it's not quite what I was expecting, I must say, in terms of the in terms of the sort of how faithful it is, really. I suppose it makes sense. It's like, why would you make a retro tie-in game and then go completely buck wild with it? Although they have kind of done that, but it's done in a... It is like a tie... I say it's very much like a SNES tie-in game, where it's sort of... It's Terminator 2, but not Terminator 2. You know, they've sort of added in very video gamey things, but also managed to be very faithful to... It's difficult to explain. But apparently it's very, very short, which is actually something I'm kind of looking forward to. But it's more about replaying it. You sort of go through it. It's even got the classics of, you know, do this, you know, play the normal mode through and then play, I can't remember what to call it, boss attack mode or something like that. And then once you've completed each of those, it unlocks the next type of game, as it were. So I think it is quite short. I know you can play as the T-1000 though. Cool, okay, so that's us back on Nalvis. Now we actually need to do the thing with the next science that I should have done before. Let's just grab all of that and then pop that on. Yes, so the next thing we needed to do with Imersite was what? So we've done the production tech cards. We're all right with that. We've done the matter tech cards. We've unlocked the advanced tech cards, but we're not making advanced tech cards. That's where I've fallen over. So we need Immersium gear wheels, electric engines, and lithium sulfur batteries. Interesting. Immersium gear wheels. Okay. Now, where in the heckins am I going to put this? Make most sense, really, to sort of tuck it on here, especially if we're going to do something with Immersium. So let's dash down there. Yeah, I confess it's a bit weird, this, because it's like, you know, knowing space age. I mean, I wouldn't particularly knowledgeable about everything going on in space age and everything, but you know, I've not played it through that many times, and I only played Krastorio 2 once, completely through. So it feels a bit sort of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, what would you say? Half remembered things mashed together with things I don't know, mashed together with things I do know, and it's all getting a bit confusing, to be honest. So we must be doing advanced tech cards. We are in that. Now how about... So I'm just thinking, if we got the Immersium here, presumably we're going to turn this into gear wheels. So that's probably the best place to put it. What we could do then, I guess, maybe we do a power pole distance between them, maybe. Put that there. Put one of these on, perhaps. Put that to advanced tech. Am I going with you? And it's 0.25. Yeah, so it's just one of each. Yeah, 0.29. So, I mean, the engine units, blank tech cards, I could do the same as I did with that, can't I? So if we go... And there we want... I don't want them and them going in, do I? Well, if there's 312 in storage, and I know I've sent them up to rockets, so they must be automated, and we know those are. Okay. Next one then is these other two things. So how do we make an Immersium gear wheel? We take an Immersium plate and we craft it into one. Well, there's logic for you. Okay. What's it? What do we make it in though? That's what I'm... Oh, just regular assemblers. Okay. See, I'm only still using assembler level 2. I've very much kind of botched this together. Immersive gear wheel. How long do you take to make? 1.5 per second, and that needs 1.14. I guess I'm going to need them though. I'm doing something with them, I'm sure. So if we go maybe say Could something like that, and we could put. Okay, let's do that. Like that. Actually, would that make more sense? Because they're made from Immersium plate. Yeah, it'd be better if this was kind of over this way a bit, I think. We're going to have the belt going down there. Connecting in. Oh, we're making an Immersium plate, I'm assuming. Oh, it needs rare metals. Interesting. Okay. We get 3 Immersium plate. Well, we're making it in an electric furnace. Okay. So making 3, I need 2 and a bit. So I have some extra. Not a lot extra, but some extra. Now this one, making those, speed is 0.18 and it needs 1.5. Crikey. Crikey. Do I want to do this more like that and then have ingredients come that way maybe? Because we're going to need to get some modules in here, I think. 0.22 and 1.5, so that, well, it's 3 we need. Can we do prods on these? We can. Okay. So it gets us 1.8. Yes, we're still getting excess. Not a lot, but some. 1.72, so we need 3.5 basically. And that's making 0.2. I remember this being a real... Wow, we need millions of these things. But yeah, we need 3.4, kinda. Make it 0.2, so 0.2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that's 1. And that's 2. And that's 3. That's 4. Wow. Wow. Point 0.43, 0.64. So if there's, so it's like half is your worst case, which is then 10, isn't it? Oh. So that would need to be red belt anyway. Blimey, where are we getting all this rare metal from? It's coming in by a train, is it? Yeah. So where am I making rare metal? Ah, this is the train one. Okay. So how much am I actually making? 0.6 times 14. So kind of like 8 or so. And if I've got 20, one in 0.4 or 0.5 even, and that's like 10. So that's nowhere near enough rare metal. Okay. See how I've done the belt balancing thing rather than use the near and far. A lot of it's just not going in. My brain's just not accepting it. 0.23. Oh yeah, it needs chlorine. What a pain in the backside. I mean, we could module these up, couldn't we? And then maybe some bacons on here. What do we think? Maybe that gets 3 of them, doesn't it? And that gets like the next 3. So if we just do 1. Oops. That's all gone squiff, but it's fine. It'll do, whatever. If we go... Maybe, I don't think it will support this, but let's put it on this. And I don't know, merge them in there. This is actually a blueprint that I've used and then cut down, so we could add it back in, I think. There. It's not going to work, but there you go. That'll do. It's fine. What did I do with the rare metals over here? Because it's only a half belt coming in. Oh, I've merged them there. That's not very convenient of me. I mean, if I was to make all of that red belt, then that would be 15, which I think would work. Let's give it a go. No. And then I'll set that to... Ram it. I don't think it wants to be here, does it? Because we need to put the Imersite on the, or the Imersite powder on the other side. But let's give it a go. Where's the rare metals? Can't see the wood for the trees. There we go. Because it's the Imersite powder, it's this one that I want. But not as much as the rare... Oh no, more than the rare metals, okay. Way more. So we kind of need to bring a load more of this. Where's a good place for you to be? Because you want that red belt there. And then fact, all of this is going to need to be red belt, isn't it? So luckily this is just crushing Imersite. I don't have to mess about with chemicals on that. But I don't think we're producing that much Imersite, are we? Oh well. Oh well. Yeah, let's red belt that in there. How much is this made? It's making only 1 a second. Wow. That's rubbish, isn't it? We do take procs. Okay. Right. Let's get... let's get on with it. So yeah, if each of these is going to need 0.64 powders, so it's not putting it out, is it? Which it wouldn't be because it's doing it as a long-handed. So I need to go and switch this up for fast loaders, I think. I'm not actually going to use an actual loader, am I? Get rid of that. And then maybe that's wrong. And then so I want a fast loader with Imersite powder on it. And then do they? Yeah, they do both sides, aren't they? That's one of their big advantages. And why I'm an idiot for not using them. Did that like that. I can put that there. Like so. And that's going to mesh together, isn't it? Let's move it up a bit. In fact, I can put one at the bottom. I don't need to do that. Okay. And then there. Now I can use a regular loader. Not that I got any. Yeah, regular loader. No, I can't. Why have I done it like that? It's only... Did it make something... Oh no, it's equal amount of sand. Okay. That's annoying then. I don't think it actually needs the fast ones. If it's doing it, I mean, it's only doing 1 a second. It doesn't need them at all, does it really? It's more that it was long-handed, so that was the issue. That was the problem. And yeah, I'll have every other one. Near. That's near. So I then. Oh. You're in the way, are you? You're in the way. The crafters from space platforms are also built on ground. Oh, are they really? Okay. Interesting. It's not connected, is it? Not doing anything now. Well, this is now full. That should be a loader. Why is that not a loader? Why are you full? Oh, because we've maxed out our Imersite. Oh, okay. Wasn't expecting that. I guess it's been me. I've been messing about for half an hour. We're not actually finished this. And it's end of stream time. So what we want then is the lithium batteries, which I'm guessing is chemical plants. Let's have a look, see. But we'll pop this on. Yeah, there we go. Lithium, sulfuric acid and copper. So not that different to regular batteries, but okay. And we have the lithium here, so we can potentially steal that. Even though I've made myself a bit of a mess, but I always make myself a bit of a mess, so that's fine. The difficulty is going to be that I obviously scaled this just to support these, rather than a thing. I could just copy and paste this again, couldn't I? Because it's sort of self-sufficient. Because I'm electrolyzing, so I just need to... And this was nowhere near using, you know, the belt of stone sort of thing. So that's all providing the stuff. We would, you know, need to bring the pipe to ground over. But otherwise, I'm basically self-sufficient. Apart from all the things I need to bring in. So that's not self-sufficient at all, is it? But the point is, it's just, rather than expanding this, I can probably just build it again, and hopefully that's enough. Not that I'm going to remember that next time we come to stream this, but we'd need 0.58, and that makes 0.25 at the moment. So let's have a quick look what it does with some modules in it. 0.35, 0.58, so that would be 1.0, 1.16, so call it 1.5 as a target. So then we'd be doing doot, and then maybe 2, so we could do 4 maybe. And so we would need a third, we'd need like 1 1/3. We're going to need to bring copper in, so we're going to need to add copper on here. So we don't have copper. Okay, it's me copper. Let's just pop you on there. Give me copper. just do a train's worth. So that'll sort itself out. And we'll be ready for next time. Sulfuric acid, I think I'm already bringing in. Or making. It must be, because there's... Yeah, there we go. So we're already bringing that in. Probably not producing enough, but, you know. Dearest damn it, I'm sure. So I get them. And then we'll have our trickle of advanced science. For advanced sciences. I notice we've not done any of this. What have I messed up there? Optimization utility. What have I messed up there? I don't have any of them in. Oh, that's the wrong thing. There we go. What's Fulgor Express doing with itself? Has it done it? It can't have done another trip. Surely. Surely. It's done another trip. Okay. Because that's what we brought when I came back with me, that 1,000. How the heck has it done another trip? Wow. So it looks like bottleneck. It might have been bottlenecked on just the you know, the sheer production of, you know, processing of scrap, basically. Was more the problem than anything else. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, it's done a second trip, and it's kind of ready to do a third trip over here. Okay. So we could stack up more of the magical sciences. I think this is... So this is... Because obviously this is expanded for thing. I think this is my issue with it. I've been trying to rack my brains as to why I find... So I find the planet's a really weird mix of, like, too much to do and not enough to do. And I think this is, like, the problem, in the sense that there kind of aren't enough technologies there, and a lot of them that you do have, a lot, proportionally a lot, it's obviously only... And, you know, this is expanded, but, you know, there's only 3 there, but you've only got, like, what is it, 12 or something in total. One of which is, you know, Aquilo, so that's on all of the planet's science. This is obviously new for Krastorio 2, but then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think that is enough for go on. So maybe it's 10. So say we've got 12 or something in the base game, and a quarter of them then are unlocked by doing things. And half of what's left are actually just infinite sciences. So for instance, there isn't enough to unlock on each planet, which is weird. Anyway. I need to fulminate that because it feels like a video. Right then, so that is it. Thankfully the microphone seems to have lasted. At least none of you shouted at me that it went quiet or anything.